Hello, folks. This is Mark's Works here, and we're discussing compost. And it's easy to make. We get a 32-gallon bucket right there, and we drill holes in it in the sides for air, and so the bacteria can work, and then holes in the bottom for drainage. Here I'm making a bucket full of dirt in layers for the garden. So we're going to plant something in there like tomatoes or zucchini or something for the future. So I'm taking the compost pile that I've laid out, the compost soil that I've laid out on a tarp. So you're going to need a tarp. You're going to need a barrel. The barrel is from Home Depot, and the tarp I got from Walmart. So that was about $6 plus less than $24. And this is so you can make your own soil at home without being too messy or smelling up the place so that your neighbors will complain. All of this is geared for seniors because you don't have to bend over all the time to do things. Dumping the compost bucket out is probably the hardest part. So here I am adding fertilizer, and now I'm starting on a new bucket, and this is going to go into the compost barrel. So ingredients consists of soil, grass clippings for nitrogen. And here comes Mary. She's got household scraps that are going to go into the compost pile also. So after dumping the scraps in on top of the dirt, she's going to add grass clippings that we saved up from mowing the lawn. These grass clippings have been mellowed in the bag, so they'll break down faster. Always put the top on because we don't want rain to get in there. So I put worms right in with the plant buckets. They seem quite happy at the end of the year. There's more than one worm usually. They take the soil and churn it up and leave behind worm castings. And so it's good for them and for me. Here's night crawlers, which I purchased at Walmart. It's worth the money. I used to buy them in 50s and 100s, but as you can see, there's 18 of them in this little, and they're very lively, and they get into the soil, do their job. This is the setup, the compost bucket or barrel. And another ingredient is water. And I'll lay out and explain how the solar water barrel works. But right now I'm going to add some water to the compost. It's part of the recipe. And this is rainwater, so there won't be any city chemicals in it. If the air is polluted, it's possibly there'd be air pollution type particles in it, but right now we're adding water to the compost. Putting the top back on the controls, and this is my solar panel, which we'll talk about in a second here. Hi, this is the last half of the compost pile we had demonstrated earlier. We used this one over here. It's 32 gallon, and it has layers in it of different materials. And we showed you that, and now we're going to show you our water storage units. And there is a diverter right there which diverts rainwater into this hose here. And that hose, if you're going to build your own, you need to have a filter on the end of it like this. I just clean these all out. And so it does take maintenance, but this is how you store rainwater. And why would you store rainwater? Because it doesn't have any chemicals in it, and city water does. So right now we have 2 buckets of 32 gallons each, which equals 64 gallons. Do the math. And we're going to show you my little invention here, which is solar. This is a 15-watt solar panel, and it drives into a small battery, which I just keep outdoors, and then the battery runs into a so-called waterproof system. This is the switch, on and off switch, and this is your controller. So you need to control the voltage coming in off of the solar panel. So this does that trick, and I've got wires hooked up to the pump, which is right here. This is a bilge pump, and it is 1,100 gallons per hour. And this is a humdinger. And I suggest that you can get this from Amazon, and you can get the buckets from Lowe's. And the pallets, we had to scrounge those up ourselves from Lowe's and from Home Depot. But this is a humdinger of a bilge pump, and it pumps at high volume, even on a small battery with a solar system. So what happens is I can trade these tops and plug in the, I'll go ahead and demonstrate. Here's my butt. Anyway, so you can, this can be submerged with wires and everything, and it will follow the level of the water as the water gets pumped out of it. And so it still all works without moving anything. So I can go back and forth between buckets and then plug the diverter back in of the rain spout. And when we need water, rainwater, you can see it comes out copiously and on demand. Now what do we need that for? We put it into that bucket over there, especially when it's hooked up to this one. So that's the compost pile, and that needs the rainwater and not the city water. So you can invent all this by gathering, you need a solar panel, not too expensive. You need the switching and the controller, a battery. You need the pump, which pumps the water out. Now I can pump this all the way to the garden.